Cheers everybody. It will do. Hello again YouTube, Mad Dog here, welcome back to my channel. So I'm just outside pottering about, trying out my new, I think it's called the White River 3 litre camp cook pot kettle. Just trying it out before I take it up the woods. I always like to try my gear out at home. If it's going to fail, have it fail at home, right? So anyway, I digress. The purpose of this video is I've been tagged yet again. This time by my good friend Bill Melton, and it's another knife tag, so stay tuned, stay with me, and I'll give you my version of events yet again. Welcome back. Alrighty, so yet another knife tag, I'm afraid. But as we all know, Bill Melton has just started out in this. He's done his show and tell of his current knife collection. And he's tagged me in saying, show us what you've got, Andy. So I'm not going to go through everything, there's just too much of it. What I am going to do is just pan you down here on the bench, just bear with me, and show you my current lineup of what I go to either in the backyard or when I'm up in the woods. My go-to items at the moment and for the reasons why. So as you all probably know, that over in the UK the knife laws are very different to in the States. We have to carry something that's non-locking, less than 3 inches in length, and all the rest of that jazz for EDC. So that limits us pretty much to pocket knives like the Victorinox. I believe this is the camper or the hiker or something like that. I like this because it has both the blade and the saw, which I'm a big fan of. So that sort of thing will be my EDC. Oh, crikey me, do excuse me. So when I'm actually in the woods, at the moment, my go-to knife is this BPS knife that I've recently shown on my channel. And the only reason it's my current go-to knife is because I want to give it a good workout, a good field test, and see how it performs over usage, basically. I'm not going to review something and recommend it if, you know, the first time you use it to falls to bits on me, or the edge rolls, something daft like that. So that's why that's getting field time. My other go-tos, mainly here at home to be honest, is my Cansball, my Mora Cansball. Love this blade. I've had this a couple of years now. I actually won this from a giveaway excuse me, from my good mate Reaper Militia Outdoors. Thanks again brother, it's still in good service, you're a good one mate. And my other shed garden type of beater is the Mora Basic 511 in all its gorgeousness. You're not going to lose that one in the dark, that's for sure. They're my current lineups, as in my go-to, what I just grab out of the shed, go and do my tasks, or if I'm just having a drive for an hour up to our local woods. Other than the kit that I already have in my Bergen or my jackets, etc., that will be my grab and go sort of thing. But excuse me again, the other things that I've got on display here on the table, just a few quickies for you all. 2 little Mora rip-offs, if you like. These are made by a company called Humorex, and I believe Humorex make the replica BB gun type of thing, air pistols as well. Now they're like a Mora rip-off, if you like, but I do believe the tang only goes an inch or so in. They're not a true Scandi grind, they have got a secondary bevel, and the retention within their, you know, the sheaths isn't brilliant. I think the black one is actually, if I remember right, yeah, it's worse than the green one. The reason I picked 2 of these up, they were £2.99 and I believe it was from Heine Haynes. £2.99 they were on sale for, so I thought, for garden go-to everyday utility knives, why not? I've got all sorts of stuff going on here. I've even got a set of three throwing knives. I do like to play with silly childish things like that when I have the time and the room. I've got a couple of neck knives here. These are more purely to add to my collection. So I've got quite a few bits and pieces upstairs. In fact, I'll cut to a bit of video now showing a few more items. Stay tuned. Okay, so just a quick little snippet. As you can see, I'm actually underneath my bed. So what I've got stashed underneath the Mad Dog bed is a quick look round. A few more items of my collection, my knife collection. As you can see, I've got them boxed. I'm quite a big fan of the machetes, so I do have quite a few machetes, different types. A few more Moras over there in that box. Some larger blades. I also have towards the back, the lighting obviously won't pick up, but you'll probably just see some rifle cases at the back there. I do have quite a few rifles and pistols, as well as my knife collection. Just small odds and ends there, like the open alls, the heli spider. There's a couple of books. I think there's a couple of Ganzos in there. Some other knives there, the Hortifus OK4, the Browning Ignite, Hortifus Craftsman, my Leatherman that Mr. Redneck Renegade kindly gifted me, along with the Jeff White traditional pioneer style French bushcraft knife. Beautiful, beautiful knife. Treasure that forever. Beautiful knife. I've got a bit of a pistol grip crossbow and bolts over there in that corner. Just various bits and bobs like we all have. Like I say, I do like my machetes for outdoor use. Great multi-purpose tool. So anyways, I just thought I'd quickly show you some of my other little goodies I've got stashed. I also have other items within my cupboards, in the loft, in the garage. I have knives in, as you all know, in each and every one of my kits. My Bergens, rucksacks, jacket pockets, etc. Anyways, I'll get back to the subject in hand. Welcome back. So that was just a quick tour of underneath my bed and one of the areas that I choose to stash some of my collection, you might say. Now, I'm not showing off or being big-headed about the amount of stuff and kit that I have. Don't forget that I've been collecting this for many years, and most of my stuff is budget friendly. I don't go crazy with this thing, you know. It's like last year I brought this, and this was on sale from Heine Haynes. It was reduced from £20 to £6, and I think both me and my good mate Bill over at X-Ray Zulu we went over and swiped one of them up, and as you can see, I've never opened it, you know, like I really need another knife really, but it's boys and toys, and oh, you know, it's something to add to the collection, as is something like this. And this is a bone handled Damascus steel drop point blade there, as you can see. Nice riveting through the handle, full tang. And this again was a gift off my wife. I'd never use it in the field, you know, in the woods. Probably won't use it ever, to be honest, but it's a nice addition to my collection and its variety. You know, it's more of a display piece. I mean, it's like this thing here really. I mean, how cool is that? It's like a 7.62 sort of round-ish style in the off, but in the back here, it's got a little blade that opens out, you know, to the percussion cap end there. How cool is that? I mean, it's only an envelope opener, you know, but it's just nice to own. It's something quirky and different, and again, it just adds to the variety of a collection like this. I also have several axes and saws. The axes I'm a big fan and a big advocate of. I'm not necessarily a big Rambo knife type of guy. I do like a machete, But if you're going to batten, or baton as my American colleagues say, then I'm not saying don't do it, I'm not anti-battening, but I always like to think, choose the right tool for the right job, and don't use a tool outside of its parameters, its design capabilities, and then complain when it fails. You know, it's like getting this little Opinel knife here, pocket knife, with a little rotating barrel lock, you know, so the tang only goes to there, and then beating the hell out of it with a 4 foot length of oak through an 8-inch log and complaining when it breaks. You know, it's not designed for that. It's use a tool within its design capabilities, within its own parameters. So if your blade is full tang, then yeah, batten with it, but within a sensible proportion to the size of the blade and the task in hand. Otherwise use an axe or a machete or a saw. Just my opinion. Talking of saws and machetes, I'm going to cut now, take you into the shed, into the garage, and show you two of my favourite current pieces of kit. So stay tuned for that, and I'll quickly show you around there. Okay, so we're just nipping inside my garage just quickly. As you can see, I use this little space to store yet more outdoor gear and equipment, as well as my gym setup. The reason I'm bringing you in here is just to show you on the back of my current loadout, which is this Eurohike rucksack here. I've had this for many years. Excuse me. Two of my favourite blades, if you call them blades at the moment, is the Kershaw Camp 12. Is it the 12 or the 14? Might be the Kershaw Camp 14. Beautiful knife. I say knife, it's a hatchet, machete, whatever you want to describe it as, but it's a real good all-round chopper, bushwhacker, wood preparation tool. And in conjunction with that, something that my missus brought me for Christmas, and that was the Silky Zubat hand lopping saw. Now, whilst this is expensive, I'm not going to lie to you, it's an expensive bit of kit. You absolutely get what you pay for. It's the best handsaw I've ever owned. I take it out with me every time I go up into our woods. You will be seeing me use this more in the future as I get to do more video footage up in our woodland. I've always been a big fan of the Baco Laplander, as you all know, but this way surpasses it. Brilliant bit of kit. Highly recommend the Zubat. Not cheap, but worth getting, in my opinion. And the Kershaw Camp 12 or 14, whichever one it was, can't remember now. Do recommend that. Good all round utility tool, that. Alrighty, so in closing, this is my response video to Bill Melton, so I hope this suffices, brother. And I guess I've got to choose two victims to pass this tag on to now. So I'm going to choose my good friend and brother across the pond, Redneck Renegade. If you're watching, mate, and you feel inclined or have the time to do something like this, shoot us a response video, brother, showing us your, I don't know, your current go-to knives, tools, maybe, whatever, how you want to do, you know, something along these lines. And my second victim will be Thomas over at Plymouth Fens. Crikey me, that's a tongue twister sometimes. So that's Thomas over at Plymouth Fens. If you've got time or feel inclined to do so, jump on and have a go at this tag, response tag. Show us your current field knives, EDC knives, whatever you choose to call it. So that's it for me for now. I'm just going to wish you all the very best of health. Keep the hell out of the way of this ridiculous virus flu thing that we've got going around. Everyone's going through hell with it in a minute. Keep your heads down, stay safe, look after each other, and until next time, which won't be long, Mad Dog signing off. Yeah.